Good afternoon or good evening. So I just want to say everything I'm going to say on this video, these are just my personal opinions, and take it like a grain of salt. I'm not giving advice. Again, these are just my opinion.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire.
So today I heard, this topic has been talked about quite a lot, but yet I still hear, people making the same big mistake. And so if you're looking at relocating in the Philippines, so this particular person, they met somebody online, and then they came over. They met them. They fell madly in love, I guess, and then they purchased 3 properties. 2 houses, 1 beach house, another property that they were staying in, and then a third lot. So my understanding in the Philippines is you can buy a condo, you can have it in your name, as by yourself as a foreigner. But as far as owning real property, so like a house on land or something like that, foreigners can't own real property, is my understanding, and I believe there may be ways around that, but it's, I believe that it's better just to avoid a problem like that. Some people want to live out in the country, or the province, they like that idea, and that's all great. But if you do that, be prepared that, gosh, if things don't go your way, you may end up having to walk away from that property. So it's something definitely to keep in mind. And so anyway, so back to this person. They actually bought 3 properties, with their Filipina girlfriend, and then it turned out that they didn't even have the titles to these properties, and it's like, it's just, I don't know how to say it politely, but it's kind of a stupid thing to do. If you're looking and you don't want to rent, and you're thinking, oh, okay, I really want to buy, then look at think about a condo. It's probably safer. Again, these are just my opinions. I'm not giving advice. Do whatever you want. But, definitely do your due diligence and be prepared, be prepared for the worst, because it could happen. The other thing, too, is that for myself, and a lot of people don't agree with this, it's a good idea to have separate bank accounts. If you're even if you're married, whether you're in the Philippines, wherever you're at, it's maybe have a joint account with your spouse to pay the mortgage or something like that. But you need to protect yourself and have separate accounts, because there's nothing worse. Well, I mean, there's worse things than this, but if one person has no does not want to save or anything and spends money kind of frivolously, then it's, perhaps it's best to have separate accounts and then just have another account that's joint, that you can both use. But the problem with that also is once you have that joint account, if the one person is spending and spending too much and the money's not in that account, then both of you, both of your credits get ruined. And in the U.S., it's kind of a big deal, So people, I've had people say to me, "Oh gosh, you're married. You should be able to trust each other and do everything together." And that's all fine and dandy, and and that's how it was back in the 1960s and maybe kind of into the 70s. But I personally, I feel like those days are over. You need to think ahead, and some things need to be kept separate. It just makes things easier. And the other thing too is that, if you're in a relationship, it's like whether you're thinking of getting married or even if you're just dating, you want to be on the same page as far as finances go. If you've got one person that has no care regarding finances whatsoever, just living day to day, and then the other person, is looking into the future. They want to get ahead. They don't want to be living on credit their whole life. You both need to be on the same page. If you're not, man, it's just going to put a tremendous stress on that relationship. And again, I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm not some relationship therapist whatsoever. But I've got to say that it's important, that the financial part of it is every bit as important as the other parts of the relationship. So anyway, the main topic of this was, don't come over and, purchase a home for your Filipina, just because you fall madly in love and you want to give them everything you can. It's a bad idea. It may not end well. I mean, there's a lot of times I think when it does end well. But, for me, it's marriage, relationships, finances, everything's kind of a gamble a little bit. So if you don't need to put your neck out there too far, then don't. Don't be stupid. Especially don't go buying multiple properties when they can't be under your own name. I mean, it's just crazy. So, hey, anyway, maybe I'll reach one or two people, maybe I won't. Have a good day or evening wherever you're at. Thanks. Bye.